Hello there, this is Shireen again, and we are back to the short videos on business studies, specifically on examination skills, where I'm hoping to help you a little bit on how to understand the ways examiners mark your paper. And previously, we have covered about knowledge, application, analysis, and today we will learn about evaluation. So, what do you need to know about evaluation? Basically, evaluation means that you will need to draw conclusions, make judgments, or even make recommendations based on the analysis that you have made in your answer. There needs to be a flow, of course. The evaluation should be based on the business context, so you need to ensure as well that there is proper application. The important things to take note of: you need to consider all analysis presented in the answer. You need to prioritize effectiveness of each analysis or business decision. You need to make sure or make a judgment or recommend an alternative solution where relevant or necessary, and you need to ensure that your answer in completeness has knowledge, application, and analysis before you evaluate your answers. So, how do you know when do you need to evaluate? You have basically evaluation questions in almost all the papers that you have: paper 1, paper 2, paper 3. In paper 1, you may have an evaluation question in section B of the essay. In paper 2, data response, and in paper 3, case study. Now, what about the command words to look for to help you answer these questions? You need to look at words like discuss, evaluate, assess, recommend and justify, or just recommend. Now, some of the example of the questions that will require you to evaluate: discuss the advantages of setting up a partnership for 12 marks, section B, essay, paper 1. Or sometimes it will be in this form instead: evaluate the benefits that company A may enjoy should they decide to choose corporate social responsibility as their objective for 12 marks. This may appear in a data response question or a case study question in paper 3. Now, let's look at an example of a question to help you understand how evaluation is applied in a sample answer. Discuss the characteristics an entrepreneur needs to set up a successful new retail business for 12 marks. So we'll go slowly paragraph by paragraph. The first line talks about a definition of an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur is an individual who has a business idea, prepared to take risks, to set and manage his business idea by using his own money and savings to run his business, marked as knowledge. Second paragraph starts talking about the characteristics required. Such person would need to be very hardworking in order to set up a successful new retail business. He or she would need to put the extra hours, ensuring the demands of customers are met, ensuring supplies arrive on time. This marks here again for application and analysis, because what has been done is basically interpreting what hardworking means in the context of a retail line. All right. Next, secondly, an entrepreneur needs to possess good leadership skills. In a busy retail line and with many employees, leadership is crucial so that the entrepreneur can not only lead the team but communicate to them on how to reach the company's goal for this new setup. Employees who do not know what the business is aimed at will not know how they can support it. All right. In the fourth paragraph, the entrepreneur should also possess good communication skills to help manage his customers' needs better. Being a new business, bad communication skills will cause customers to feel unhappy and may lead to non-repeated purchases. Creating customer loyalty would be a challenge if this happens, as this new retail line will not be able to survive due to loss of sales. So in paragraph 4, as you can see, there is knowledge and there is a reason behind why communication skills is important and what is the impact of not having good communication skills being analyzed here. Yeah. Now, in the fifth paragraph, an entrepreneur needs to be multi-skilled so that he'll be able to handle every part of the business smoothly. Being multi-skilled, for example, in the area of accounting and marketing of the business, would help the entrepreneur cut down costs tremendously because he would not need to hire an additional person to handle these tasks, right? And finally, if you notice, we have not spoken about evaluation until this arrival of this paragraph. Let's look at this. Of all the many skills, an entrepreneur should be able to have good leadership skills, as he would need to depend on his employees to manage the customers well. Without them, the entrepreneur would have a hard time managing the busy demands of retail business. However, this is not the only concern for an entrepreneur. There are also other external factors to take note of that is beyond his control, such as fierce competition and low demand due to economic situations. In summary, an entrepreneur needs to leverage on their internal strengths and plan on how to minimize the impact from external factors to be able to ensure the business is successful. So, can we tell the difference between the answers in the previous paragraph that led up to the evaluation? You would have noticed that we have analyzed every single characteristic, looking at different angles on why this is important, and then coming to a closure in the final paragraph, discussing or prioritizing what would be an important one to look at first, and also recommending and justifying why that is not the only point to look at to ensure a successful new retail business. So evaluation is basically a summary that still has its own point of analysis, right, and application. It is a paragraph by itself where you consider all aspects, so it comes at the very end of your answer. I hope this helps. I hope you were able to follow today's class on the examination skills for evaluation. If you would like to recap on the previous skills, please just look at the playlist to go back on examination skills for all knowledge, analysis, and application as well. Have a wonderful day.